welcome to another episode of Muscle Life with Rabia and Martina. We're very excited about today's topic. It's about how to master life. And this is the whole channel is about to have open-hearted conversations about things that matter. And especially important to have these conversations at this time that we're all in. It's all about asking the right questions, because the more quality questions you have, the more quality you have in the answers as well. The first question is, what does it mean to master life for you?
For me, it is to know who you are and to have yourself, no matter what life throws at you, if it's a good period or bad times, to have yourself. Like, what is your fallback game? And to know, okay, this is me and this is why I'm here. And to have that sense of purpose that's bigger than yourself. And I've also found it a part of mastering no matter what situation life throws at you, to be able to be bigger than your own thoughts and emotions.
You mentioned that mastering life is mastering your thoughts, and I completely agree on that. That if we don't have a clear direction and a focus, then we basically let things happen to us, and we are just reacting to things that are happening. On mastering your thoughts, what was the journey on learning how to master your thoughts?
Well, it has been like, at the beginning it was this woman that taught me how to break my own destructive thinking patterns, and later on I learned a lot through go to seminars and reading books and go on YouTube and listening to the masters and the people that really own the results that I wanted to have. And I remember one summer I listened to this guy called Kevin Trudeau, and I got a whole new meaning to that, mastering your thoughts and the power of thoughts. And the thing is that, like you said, either way you can just drift with whatever circumstances program you into thinking, or you can change the game and take back the power. And I think that by mastering your thoughts, you are also directing where you're headed in life, because you are not your thoughts, you're bigger than your thoughts. And when you think one thought, that thought will attract another thought that is similar, and you create a thinking pattern. And the thing is, you can choose your thoughts. They are like coming and going, like on a radio station. They're just coming like a frequency, but you can choose what you are entertaining, where you are laying your focus. And by doing that, you can totally be in charge of what direction you are heading.
I love this topic. Is there some, I understand that observing your thoughts is like one way of breaking that pattern of destructive thoughts. But do you have some other techniques that you would like to mention to break that pattern?
Well, one technique that I use is to get still. A lot of people will call this meditation, or you could call it your creative nourishment, or it could be exercising, or a great conversation, or just get that body moving, or painting, or whatever that means to you. But and another thing is, for example, having a vision and a goal and knowing where you're headed, because having that goal in the future, it will be like a magnet that is pulling you in a direction, and you will just see that vision like non-physical thing that's just pulling you, and you just can't not take action upon it. And that will also direct your thoughts and where you're heading, because when you have that clear vision and goal, you know where you're heading, and then it's so much easier to say no to those things that won't serve you or help you in that direction. So know where you're heading.
I read actually the other day that it was a study in UK And they 97% of the people in the study said that the decisions they made throughout the day was on autopilot. That shows like how little control we have of our own thoughts, or the decisions that we're making, like where we're going, where we headed. Like
it's a programming.
Yeah,
it's a programming. So like you said, there's this subconscious mind that runs like 90% of the day because it's a program.
Yeah.
And that is also why it's so important to, okay, who am I taking influence from? What am I reading? What people am I hanging around? What conversations do I engage in? Because it's all a programming and it's taking you in one direction. And that's why it's so important to be aware of your context. Like, what people do you hang around? What do you read, and what do you engage in, because that is all a part of the context, and it becomes your programming that is running unconsciously, and it runs your day if you don't consciously run what you do.
So like one ways of mastering life is to actually be aware of those things, because those things affect you, and ultimately they affect the outcome basically you want to have. What other aspects are there, would you say, when it comes to mastering life? You mentioned the sense of purpose, like knowing where you're headed.
Yeah, knowing who you are and why you're here. So this sense of knowing your goals and what fulfills you. What is your vision and purpose? And if you don't know that, I think that should be your first goal, to go discover that. Because so much falls into place from that state of being.
Yeah.
And when you know that, okay, who you are and where you want to go, you put yourself in the right context. You will do whatever it takes to condition yourself to go in that direction, and you will say no to other things that don't serve you.
I want to elaborate a bit on that topic, because I remember actually I spent years to find out what I wanted to do in my life, from like what career I want to pursue, what was my purpose in life, ask questions, and just it's a frustrating process, and it often takes a lot of time, a lot of energy to actually, or a lot of focus in that. How was that journey for you? Like, how did you find out that purpose?
Well, I started, early with self-development, and it has in some way been a way of my upbringing, like the spiritual side and holistic health part has been a part of my upbringing. And then I started in 2014 when I made that really decision to, start my own entrepreneurial journey. And I, for the first time, got into a network of people that taught me how to set goals and, where do you want to go and why do you want to do that? And okay, we are here to support you. And that was really like the first time that I learned how to set goals and, aim for something bigger than the box that I was raised in.
One sec, I just loved what you said actually, because it's not always about finding out what you want to do, but finding out why. What could be like a way of going, but then actually finding that why is it? Why do you want it? And that's like the backbone of actually having that clear vision. Like, why am I going there?
Exactly. That's where everything comes from. That's the power. So this was in 2014 when I first started to set goals, and up through the next 6 years I would get more and more certainty and just on the journey to, okay, what is my why? Because I was still building business, doing sales, growing, developing, meeting new people, and I asked myself, okay, but why? People are talking about this why, you need a strong why, and everything will come into place from that. And I'm just like, what is my why? And I knew that I wanted freedom, because that's why I started, but that was not it. It was not like that magnet that would do it for me. It was the first door, that sense of freedom that got me started. That was my light to finding that business to make that first move. but I just knew that, okay, I want this freedom. There's this feeling and this vision that only I can see, that I can't explain to anyone else, because I just know that I want this freedom. I want this owning my time, owning my life. And if I want that or need that, or someone in my life, whatever, I want to own my life. I want that sense of freedom, and I want to be bigger. I want to give back. I want to own the time to also my friends and family. So that's where it all started. But I needed something more, in the sense of purpose, and it has been more clear and clear up through the years. And then also I have a background from events. And I think it was in 2017 when I did my first big event, and it was this 3-day international event, and I found that it was so natural to me. Like, I was blooming, I was just so joyous, and it was just, the resources were just coming through me, and it felt so natural. I was so empowered, and I really loved that. And until the next event, and that feeling just built upon for the next couple of years, and it just grew stronger, and that just became my thing.
But you would probably not find out that you have this passion for events if you just didn't start somewhere. Like just taking the step, like maybe, like you said, the doorway. You didn't know your true purpose or your true why, but just starting somewhere, you just opening the first door that you can see, it leads to another, leads to another. I just remember my own journey. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but somehow, like, this coaching, or like this self-development, and just speaking up and just talking about self-development and helping people to find those answers too, because I've been there myself. It was just like, it was a doorway. Like, it started with relationship coaching. Like, I want to help people to have better relationships, but it just like took me to a completely different journey. But it starts somewhere. Like, we don't always have the clear answer right away. It's like, it's a test. Like, I'm here, come and get me. Like, if you want to know the answer, start somewhere, start opening those doors, and you don't know where it leads you.
Exactly. And I love that you're saying that, because it's there somewhere. You don't see it yet, because I started with events in 2013, and it was a friend of mine that just called me because she was working there and they needed people, and I was just like, sure. And that's how I got into events.
That's crazy. It's like the opportunity just landed there.
They called me. My dreams called me, and I didn't see it until 7 years later, when I really just like, boom, this is it.
Sometimes we just have to take the first opportunity we have and just see where it leads us. To be open-minded. Sometimes we don't even recognize that it's an opportunity.
Right. Like you said, just open that door and be open, because you never know.
So we have talked about like how important it is to master your thoughts, have a clear vision of where you want to go, so the life that happens basically doesn't throw you off your path. Increase that feeling of fulfillment in life, and feeling that you do truly master your life, that you're not a product or just reacting to life, but you're taking responsibility, taking control, redirecting your thoughts, like you were talking about. That what other things creates that sense of fulfillment and mastery?
For me, that comes from the inside. That true fulfillment and that mastery is coming from the inside. A lot of people seek on the outside, and I absolutely believe that if you don't know where to start with finding the people that already have what you want and have them teaching you. And that is okay. You have to start again in the right context, and okay, teach me how to set goals, teach me how to do that. I want those results. But again, that we talked about, that finding your why and your true fulfillment along the way, I believe that comes from the inside. Only you can see that, only you can know that for you. Someone else can't tell you what your vision is or your purpose is. because life speaks to you.
Yeah.
You talked about that quality questions are needed in order to find the quality answers.
Yeah.
So, from your perspective, what could be a quality question that would bring out the juice or the fulfillment of your life?
I would say that it depends the stage
Yeah.
you are at.
Yes.
You know, like what are you trying to find? Like, for example, if we're talking about mastering life, like where do you feel like you're not mastering life? You know, and start at that area. Or to give an example from a moment in my life where I felt that I was not mastering life, and I wanted to do it. I've been studying self-development for so long, and I was still like wondering why am I not feeling this sense of that I'm the master of my own life, basically. So I was asking questions like, why am I not taking responsibility? You know, previously that was a question that I would hide from because I was not ready to meet that answer or to have that answer. But I still wanted to know the answer, but I was just blaming on the circumstances or blaming on my upbringing or whatever. But I was just not like having these honest conversations with myself.
I love that you said I was hiding from that question.
Yeah.
I love that.
We talked about like having this why, but I think the question why it should be like behind every action, behind everything. You know, like why this, why that, why am I not having what I want to have, why am I not having a relationship, you know, like, and then like what do I need to do in order to have that?
So mastering your thoughts, we talked about fulfillment and joy. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Please share in the comment section and we'll see you next time.